Hi guys, Kip here, Thousand Roots.
And I'm Carrie. If you're new to our channel, we are a family of 8 living in the Ozarks of Missouri on 20 acres, and we're endeavoring to build an off-grid permaculture homestead. It's slow and steady.
Yeah.
Kip works off the homestead by choice.
3 days a week, I work off the homestead. I was working 410s, 412s. Now it's 310s, and thankfully, and just want to speak to that real quick. Thank you so much for all of your support, and by support I mean just watching these videos. Just watching these videos, letting the ads play for 30 seconds. You're supporting us by doing that, and a huge thank you to our patrons.
Right, so today's video is mostly for you, but it's for everyone else because it's free here on YouTube. So we've got another Q&A today for our patrons.
Yep.
Plus a little update on our add-on.
Yeah. So we've had a bunch of comments about, hey, how's the add-on coming? So here's how it's coming. So the biggest update on the add-on is this, the electrical.
We have lights.
We have lights. We have lights, honey. And y'all said, let there be
light.
And there was light. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fixtures in here. Light fixtures, they're all done. As well as this is the electrical right here that I show from inside our cabin. That's tied in, so that's really cool. And what is hidden that you can't see, but I'll tell you, is underneath our cabin, the insulation was done. So we finished the installation. So what is the biggest holdup here, honey?
Well, we thought we had a plan for the floor. Turned out that plan kind of fell through. It's not going to work. We wanted to do something like an earthen floor, but because of the poured cement, it's not going to work. So we're going to have to refigure things, and we're working on it. Working on getting a plan for what to do for the floor. And so that'll be not quite the next step. I think the next step is the rocket mass system.
It's going to go right here.
Once the rocket mass system is in place, then we'll hopefully be able to go forward with flooring and covering the walls and then getting some organization going.
So for all of our awesome YouTube family who don't know what rocket mass is, what's a rocket mass?
Well, some would say it is the most efficient way to use wood to heat a space. So we're going for efficiency. Most often people use a big barrel and create what's called a heat rise within the barrel that allows for a very high temperature, and then a whole system beyond the barrel that gives kind of a second burn chamber so that you utilize every last bit of fuel.
Yeah. So it's very cool. It's a double burn system where it actually burns the smoke as well.
Yes. So
when you're watching out the chimney from outside, you're looking for the smoke, and you're looking for the smoke, and you're not going to ever see it because it actually burns the smoke. All you'll see is like the wavy lines of maybe a little bit of heat coming out. That's about it. So it's a very efficient, very efficient. Okay, so now on to the Q&A.
Right, our questions from our patrons were mostly gardening related. So we're out here in the garden. It is definitely not gardening season for us. We've still got little bits of snow on the ground from a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
All right, so our first question is from Laura. She wants to know, what are you looking forward to most this growing season, basically? What are we looking forward to planting most?
A bunch of stuff.
Yes. We've been blessed with a lot of seeds from our subscribers.
Thank you.
And we've also gotten some new seed varieties from Baker Creek. So I'm really excited about pink celery. We've never grown celery, and they have a new pink variety, so I thought that'd be fun.
I'll be excited about eating it if it grows.
We've been juicing celery lately, so I thought it would be a good thing to grow since we're juicing it.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. They also have a purple lady pak choi, which that'll be fun. It's really pretty. Oh goodness, tons of different things. So
we have a bunch of trees coming for our swale, to replant our swale out. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to filling our swale and fencing it off from the big fat critters, so they don't destroy it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads us to Laura's second question. She wanted to know if any of our fruit trees have been productive yet.
Yes. says the rooster. The main fruit tree that we got a decent amount from was our apples, which are right here.
Yes.
And it was that tree right there we got a little bit from, and then that one right behind us that we got some from. Actually quite a bit more from that one. What did we get, like 20?
Yeah, somewhere around 20, 30 apples.
Yeah.
Smaller. But still very tasty.
Yeah, this last year in comparison to the year before, the year before we just got like green ones that were
not ripe.
pucker power apples.
Yes.
This last year we actually got apples that tasted nice and sweet and really yummy.
Yes. And the apple varieties are
Crower.
Liberty is one, and I believe Empire is the other one. So and this year on the swale we're hoping to plant more varieties that will do well in the Ozarks. So we've learned that there's only certain varieties that really do well here, so we're going to stick to those varieties.
Yeah, we're going to major in the things that thrive here.
Yes. Let's go see what the children are looking forward to planting this year.
Birdhouse gourds and honeydew melons and corn.
Awesome.
Honeydew melons, kale and potatoes.
I think some of the things I'm looking forward to planting is green beans, cucumbers, and tomatoes.
I'm looking for to plant in tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers, not hot peppers.
Sweet peppers?
Sweet peppers and green beans and purple beans.
Awesome. What do you want to plant?
Mommy, I got it! I want to plant honeydew melons, strawberries, flowers, not hot peppers, green beans, tomatoes.
That's quite a list. Alright, we had to come in the greenhouse. I got too cold outside. It's been pretty cold lately. So the other fruit tree that did produce is our Montmorency sour cherry. And we got a few cherries from it. A lot of them had little worms. Hopefully we can figure something out for that.
More protein?
No, not more protein.
Oh, we did get one fig that was ripe.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, it didn't get big, but it was ripe. I mean, it was really yummy, sweet, and everything, so
Yeah.
that was cool.
We've had lots of little figs on our fig tree for the last couple of years, but they don't have enough time to ripen.
Yeah.
So that was fun to get one that was ripe.
Yeah, really cool.
All right, our next question is from Patsy in Texas, and this is a tough question. She had a raised bed last year where she grew crooked neck squash, and the bugs ate all of her squash. So her question is whether she should totally redo the soil in her beds before planting this next year or not. That's expensive and time consuming, so should it be done?
And that was Patsy's first year in that, so it wasn't like, you know, that she's planted there over and over and over and she's not doing crop rotation, you know, and stuff, so.
Yeah, from our understanding it was fresh soil, first bed, so there shouldn't have been any boreworms that had overwintered. I'm guessing it was squash bugs that overtook her plants, and squash bugs are tough. There's lots of different things that can be done. However, none of them are foolproof. One of the first things would be to just not grow squash in that bed again. If you've got multiple beds, grow your squash in a different bed this year. Not only do the squash bugs the adults that haven't mated, they will overwinter under leaves and debris and such. possibly in that very bed, but they also carry a disease, the cucumber yellow vine disease, that can harbor down in the soil and affect future plants for years, I believe, in that soil. So best to definitely rotate and use a different bed. Plant something else in that bed.
Yeah, what else maybe could she plant in that bed?
Oh boy, lots of things. Carrots, root crops, whatever you like to grow. Brassicas, onions. Yeah, lots of different things.
Just nothing related to...
Yeah, nothing in the squash family or the cucurbit family, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay. Another thing to consider would be this year, when you grow your squash, to use a trellis so that your squash can go up the trellis of some sort. The bugs seem to really like to hunker down under the leaves that are next to the ground or the soil. And so if you can get a lot of your leaves up off the ground, not only will that discourage them from hiding under the leaves, but then you can also see the eggs when they develop on your leaves and more easily get rid of the eggs.
Of the squash bugs.
Of the squash bugs, yeah. But we have found that the eggs are pretty easy to spot and pretty easy to get rid of. Just need to check every couple days or so.
And then, it's underneath the leaves.
Typically underneath, sometimes above, yeah. And then another good thing to do is to get rid of any of the old dying leaves, especially down at the bottom of the plant.
Don't use them as mulch right there in place.
No.
You can use them as mulch in your mulch pile, way far away from your plants, but...
Yeah, put them in the compost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so periodically get rid of any dead looking leaves on the plant. Keep your plant looking super nice and healthy. And then if the eggs do hatch out, you're probably going to be able to see those pretty easily. Those little larvae or nymphs are very visible from just a couple days after hatching, and I've many times just cut the whole leaf off that they're on and dump it right in a bucket and take it to the chickens right away so that they're gone. We are still learning so much about squash bugs and dealing with them. This year something we're going to try is to plant flowers and herbs that are going to attract in predatory bugs. Some good examples would be anything from the carrot family, herbs like dill, cilantro, buckwheat, sweet clover, anise, hyssop, another new favorite of mine. There's lots of different herbs and flowers that can be planted in and around your squash that will help bring in those bugs that will help you in controlling them.
Yeah.
And one thing we have not tried, because we cannot get chemical-free straw in our area,
Right.
But one thing I read is that if you use a straw mulch, it attracts in ground beetles, which are also predatory to the squash bug.
Yeah.
So if you have access to some chemical-free straw, that might be a good mulch for around the squash plants.
Okay guys, we're about to wrap this up, but I do want to speak to, we've gotten quite a few comments on animals, and particularly eating meat. And Carrie, my lovely wife, she's going to be sharing some of her information and her ideas that's on her heart about animal husbandry.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the key to be thinking about, is animal husbandry.
Mm-hmm.
Actually tending the animals in a way that is best for the animals.
Mm-hmm.
And my lovely wife is going to talk about that.
Not in this video.
Later.
That'll be a later video.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your kind comments, for your support in every way, shape, and form. I also want to just say that it's such a pleasure to see these comments, the comments on the comments, and how you all are interacting there on our channel, in our comments, talking to each other in an adult fashion. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. We pray blessing
over you and yours.
and whatever you do,
do it with your whole heart.
That.
What do you want to plant?
Don't eat.
Oh, okay, whatever that was.